Welcome or welcome back. I'm Sarah. This is A Course in Miracles translation, interpretation, thoughts. This is the recording of me processing one of the sections in the Manual for Teachers. It's the question, how is correction made? And I needed to get a little bit of wisdom, and when I'm struggling, I go to the course and I do some course study. And so these are my takes. I hope they're helpful. So how is correction made? Honestly, for me, I have experienced correction in my life, divine correction, in God's image. And so I've experienced it gently, subtly, and I've experienced it absolutely and obviously, once I've started to pay attention to the whispers that become much, much louder if I'm not paying close enough attention earlier on. And so, the context here is that I, like with many different topics, have just been flooded with thoughts, flooded with a lot of kind of analysis paralysis, just having some trouble with some of my career clarity at the moment about what I should be doing with my life, and how I can earn a living doing what I feel is my calling to do. One time, a long time ago, as now years ago, I witnessed a friend going through something similar, and he needed a similar shift to take place to kind of free him from the shackles he felt that were defining his work life. I told him, they don't value you. And hearing that from someone he trusted helped him to come to the decision that he was going to quit. And he did. And he never looked back. Now he works on his own terms in a completely different career that affords him the freedom to bring the whole of himself and his divinity into his work. And he imbues his work now with this power that really can only be described as the power of God. He's backed by the capital R reality. And so when he creates in his work now, there is this really epic beauty and completeness to it. And as a result, he feels valued, and he doesn't feel like he has to sacrifice any parts of himself as he continues to go on earning a living. And I'm at the point now where I'm facing a similar challenge. I've changed a lot in the past maybe 5 or 6 years about how I look at my work and my career. And yet I have remained fighting these magic thoughts, as the Course says, right? I've been fighting these illusions that keep me tied to inaction as it pertains to moving forward in meaningful ways with God's business for my life. Obviously, God can use any of us in any situation for any purpose that God has for us. And, I know that I am a teacher of God, so I'm not trying to judge where I am. I don't feel valued. And I've been practicing the relinquishment of anger as an emotion from which I make decisions now when I interact with other people. And yet I have not been able to really put it down all the way when it comes to accepting some of the gentle correction of the atonement for myself when I'm dealing with these magic thoughts internally. it's hard. It's hard to let go of the judgment and accept that, you know what? I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight these thoughts. I'm not going to fight these possibilities anymore. I don't have the energy to do it anymore. I can't be fully used by God, fully empowered by God when I'm busy, distracted in my mind. You know, I too deserve forgiveness. I too deserve freedom. I deserve to be valued and to bring my whole divinity into my place of work, to sow the seeds of creation that will blossom into abundance for so many people. And so, you know, as the manual for teachers indicates, I now turn inward to my eternal guide to judge what my responses should be to this like flood of thoughts and possibilities that honestly drives me freaking nuts. You know, if you've ever gotten down the LinkedIn rabbit hole or, you know, on any of these job boards, feeling like the grass must be greener somewhere else. You know, there must be other possibility for us to feel seen, feel heard, feel valued, feel like a meaningful part of whatever team we work with. You know, that line of thinking is earnest, but the thing is that line of thinking doesn't always help us find the clarity that we need to be able to take action and move forward. And so I let go of my knee-jerk reactions to, and, you know, my judgments of the myriad of magic thoughts that I have about controlling the outcomes of my destiny as a teacher of God. I am what I am. I have the skill sets that I have, you know, and I'm here to let God work through me to support collective awakening. It's not up to me how or where or with whom I do this, right? It's not on us to judge how that work gets done, that collective awakening work that we're assigned to do as teachers of God. It's not even on us to judge the means we have available to do the work, nor the audience whom we're called to serve. As long as we embody the willingness to be corrected and to accept this atonement for ourselves, we can be set up to reach our fullest potential. That's a reminder I needed today, and I'm not sure if anybody else needed that. But if you're feeling lost, if you're having career doubts, struggles, you know, maybe you've been unemployed for a long time, maybe you have been trying to get your own business or enterprise or nonprofit off the ground, just know that you have everything you already need to be of the highest service to God right now. You have everything that you need to be able to move and create heaven in this plane and realize the heavenly state that is always in existence, but that, you know, we fade in and out of as we entertain illusions throughout this lifetime. We already have everything that we need. We don't need to prove anything, right? I need do nothing, right? It's a classic Course quote. The thing that we need is just the willingness, and God will do the rest. Wishing you peace and blessings. See you next time. I am full of gratitude that you took the time to join me today to chart your course. This episode is just one method of accomplishing the task mentioned in Chapter 5, Section 1 in A Course in Miracles, to invite people to the Holy Spirit however they recognize it. As stated there, thoughts increase by being given away. The more who believe in them, the stronger they become. What are your thoughts on today's topic? please do share them with me on socials or by reaching out at www.chartyourcourse.faith. Until next time, let us be seen, feel supported, and return home.